Hello, we are Sonder Games, and for this brief we are working with Women's Rape and Sexual Abuse Centre in Dundee and Perfinkinross in Scotland.
I'm Craig, I'm the designer.
Hi, I'm Shannon, I'm designer and producer.
I'm Will, designer.
I'm Georgia, one of the artists.
I'm Matthew, the programmer.
I'm Casey, I'm the other artist.
I'm Shane, I'm the sound engineer.
This brief wants us to open up the issues of consent amongst young people. It wants us to acknowledge pressures on young people in today's society. It wants us to look at over-sexualization and over-masculization in all genders.
The narrative in this game is very important, as our main focus is to make people think and discuss more about the idea of consent. This story narrows in on the interaction between a group of friends, and it shows and expresses how differently each person will react and deal with the situation. The player has to decide how they're going to deal with what they found out and to what level they're going to help the friend that's going through it. Depending on how they do deal with the situation, deal with what they found out, will result in various different endings, and this is to make people discuss about which ending is better, what they could have done differently, and how best to help the person that's going through it.
My God, it's... So our game concept is an interactive story in which the player will wake up after hosting a house party. The main character will awaken to a voicemail from their parents, incentivizing them to tidy their house before they get home. While tidying, they'll find items and clues that will make them question the events of the previous night. The player will be able to explore a 3D environment and will be able to interact with objects in said environment. Some objects, such as a phone, will have more ways in which to interact with them. For example, the player will be able to talk to the character's friends through the phone and be able to use things such as their camera and music apps and photo apps, etc. We could even use the phone for puzzles. So for example, the player would find a phone number lying around the house and would then have to use the phone to go through their contacts to ascertain whose phone number it was. An Aria's voice will be heard throughout the game, focalising the inner thoughts of the main character.
We're on, we're rolling. Cool. Right, so the game's going to start off with a neutral tone, and then once realisation kicks in with the situation, it's going to become much darker, but not distracting from the dialogue. Throughout the game, we pick up objects. That's going to trigger the dialogue to say the thoughts that's in the character's head, and you'll also get sounds and alerts from the phone and social media. And we'll also have an app on the phone. We're also thinking about including a music app on the phone that will have songs related to the topic of consent. Okay, I'm done.
Objects. The style for the house objects are simplistic and low poly. This is not just for the style, but to also make sure that it can run on different computers and devices, since we aim for this to be an educational game in schools.
We've included both women and men's magazines to point out how media like that can over-sexualise girls and over-masculinise men. Objects like this will be scattered around the house.
So the characters that the player will interact with will not be physically part of the game, but they will be portrayed in 2D styled cartoon images. We believe that this game will help deal with the related issues on a socially psychological level, which isn't a forceful education, but rather an acknowledgement from a personal lifelike simulation, which could prepare the younger generation for their future experiences. We hope you enjoyed watching the video.